Everyone, it's Kirei here for Bramble Fox, and I have a brand new layout using a number of the fabulous new Christmassy festive sets that are available in the shop now. I'm using the Festive Stories set, the Ornaments set, and the Fox Cut stencil number 131. So I have pulled out the paper collection. It's by Bella Boulevard, Merry Little Christmas. And I have seven. Yes, I'm counting as I'm looking. Yes, I have seven little photos. And they are from a wedding I went to last December. It's like 2 weeks before Christmas. And it was one of my old Disney store team. And we all still keep in contact. We catch up every now and then, which is lovely. So it was so nice to be invited to Laura and Callum's wedding. It was up in York or just outside of York, which is so lovely. So yeah, we all went up. We all stayed together in a big like house by a fishing lake, and we went into York on the first night, and just went and had a wander around the shambles, and dinner in a pub, in readiness for the wedding the next day. So yeah, anyway, they're the photos I have that I haven't. I've scrapped some, but not all of them. So yeah, it was a great opportunity to get those scrapped, and of course, it was a very festive time. So I have the pattern paper background. It's like pink with spots on it, like a off like a cream spot on there. And then I've got a number of other strips. I've got the sort of green trees, that red plaid, and then the other one is like got multicolored like sort of stars and that all over it. And I was having a bit of play around which ones I was going to use as the top portion of my background. Then I brought in the Fox Cut stencil, and this one comes with the November Fox box. And I'm using it with a Distress Oxide broken china. I'm just using it on the corners just as a sort of a feature, just running across the diagonally across the layout. And then now I've got my stenciling done, which amazingly for me, I did make sure I did my stenciling before I'd stuck papers down. Often that happens. I end up sticking papers down and think, oh, I might add a bit of stenciling. And obviously it becomes a lot harder when everything's stuck down. Okay, so I did decide on the all over stars. I really liked it because it had the sort of teal in there, the deep reds, the pinks, the greens. So it had a real mix, and it felt like it worked with the perspectives that I was using because I got some teal. I've got the teal ornament. So yeah. And then I have pulled out a load of like tags, and I'm just going to distress all the edges. I have got this sort of circular tag. I've got two of them actually, and I do distress the edges of those as well, but I'm just using a pair of scissors carefully around each of the curved scallops. So yeah, and then I will get all of those distressed, and they'll be almost the base for my photos. And there we go. They're all done. Two of the ornaments. I'm only going to use the two in the end. I did have the pink, but I felt it was too much at the top, so I don't go with the pink. Then there's a couple of little bows, and I'm going to add those. And I hadn't pulled off the backing, which I normally do when I get all my sets. I usually sort of peel off all the backings. It's a bit of a sort of, I like something about it very satisfying about peeling off all the backings, but I obviously haven't done that, and I hadn't done that on that bow either. So I've got the two little bows there, and then for the rest of the tags, I have just wrapped some thread around them. So I've got some glittery teal thread and a regular red thread, and I've got those wrapped around, and then they're all stuck down. And then I will add my photos in a row across the top of the tags. And the photos, I did add foam pads along the top edge so that they're just raised slightly, and then they'll be stuck flat along that bottom edge. So, and I'm just offsetting each one, so up, down, up, down, up, down as I go across the layout. I did look at backing them. Once you back them, you add more, and then they would have run right across, and I didn't want them to do that. I did think about having them completely straight, but because I was using the tags and they were quite layered, I wanted to have a bit more of an uneven feel to the photos as well. So yeah, stuck with it out like that. Excuse me. Okay, so then I've got my title, Festive Stories. It comes in a set. It's got Festive Stories in the red, and then Merry Making in the green. And then you've got your ornaments set, and the ornament set there's red, teal, and soft pink, and you've got ornaments, bows, two nutcrackers, and a ballerina in the set. I am just using, as I said, the 2 ornaments and 2 bows, I think it is. I don't use the pink ornament down the bottom, which is sat there at the moment. And then I'm just pulling out some other bits and pieces, some ephemera to coordinate. I've just got a heart at the top with love, got a little present, and then I've got a little bird, and I've got the Christmas tree. So I'm just sort of tucking them in along behind. And then I'm just adding above the title a banner that says Merry Everything. And then I've got these sort of like branches, leaf branches with berries. And I'm just adding those on either side of that Merry Everything. I'm still working on that bottom piece there, with the pink ornament and the December banner, but I don't end up doing that. I change my mind. I do something slightly differently. I've got some puffy stickers here. I'm just adding a few of those, a couple of little circles, star circles in there. And what have we got? Yep, that's it. I'm just sticking these down. I'm adding a bit of glue because I do find sometimes some of the little stickers they don't stick firmly enough. Okay, so that's down. Oh, I'm just finishing off. So I'm decided to add the little branches all the way across and layering under the photos, which I really like. And you can see at the bottom, this is a chipboard piece. And I just wanted to create sort of a third sort of cluster piece, if you like, at the bottom there. I just wanted to draw the eye around the layout. So felt like it needed something there. So I'm adding that. And then I will add that little sort of fir branch with the red flowers, meant to be like poinsettias on the top of that. Now I'll get my title down. Now I'm happy with what I've done at the bottom. I can get that nice, lovely red festive title down. And then I'm getting there. I'm nearly done actually. What's next? My ornaments. Okay, so I've got all this red thread here. This does look like a bit of a muddle, but I am going to tie it through and just add a bow to the top of each of the ornaments, and then they can be stuck down at the top of the layout. So I'm fiddling around. It does look like I'm getting in a right old mess here, but I can assure you it is all fine. And then once I'm happy, I can get that stuck down. Now, over in the shop, there are lots of new products, so very much sort of festive, winter related. So do pop on over. If you go to the website, just click on the tab at the top that says new products, and you will find all of the new sets. There's new titles. There's one of the extra large titles, December. Got Christmas 2025. There's like a presents and candy cane set, which is very cute. Different titles: Jolly Good, Jingle All the Way, Winter. What else we got? Oh, we've got a really nice set of festive words that say believe, sparkle, twinkle, fa la la, and joy. So yeah, and some of them are in 2 different colorways. So yeah, you've got lots of choice. So do pop over and have a look. Okay, so I'm doing, I think, the last bit here. I've just got some red sparkly gems. I have not used gems for ages, actually, I don't think. Anyway, I'm just adding some of them in the red into little clusters around that top part along through the tags, and then I will add some on that bottom cluster just above the chipboard scalloped piece. And then I'm done. I have added some lines for journaling below my title. And there we go. Here's the final layout. So you can see it all finished with my journaling. And here are some of the close-ups of those fabulous new perspectives. I hope you've enjoyed watching the process video and feel inspired to create a festive layout. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.